Hello guys, Zueljin here. Welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft vanilla server. Guys, I'm probably going to sound a little bit different today. I'm doing post-commentary over some video footage that I took of me doing some menial tasks around for the Q&A. Last time that I did an episode, I asked a bunch of you guys to submit questions, and a bunch of you did. Thank y'all so much for the responses. I'm going to do my best to answer these in the most interesting way possible, so you don't necessarily have to look at the screen. Don't worry about it. You're not going to miss much. You could just check the end of the video and you'll see the progress that I've made. And without further ado, we'll get started. Gaudy Marco asks, when you first started Minecraft, what version update was it in? I forget exactly what version it was, Marco. I know it was an alpha. It was a little bit after the passive mobs were introduced. Actually, the hostile mobs were introduced, so there was still creepers and stuff like that. I think I had started probably around 3 or 4 months after I saw X and a few others play it, like CoStar and stuff. When I was watching CoStar, he had just started. He was like 15 episodes in, so that just gives you an idea how long ago it was. Mad Sloth asks, where do you live? I live in Louisiana, Mad Sloth. The accent sounds kind of southern. Yes, it's very southern. I'm from very deep South Louisiana. What do you think of Obama as president? Well, I'm a conservative from the South, so I don't agree on his policies and stuff like that. I won't go into too much detail about that, but I'm not fond of the work that he's doing in Washington. What is your favorite YouTuber channel? Quentin asks. Not Minecraft related. So let's see. Probably Mathis Games right now. That's who I've been watching playing the Escapist and stuff like that. I really like his content. He does some pretty cool stuff. I found him when I was watching, when I was looking for Magicite videos. So I like his stuff a lot. What is your favorite food? What is your favorite vegetable? Did you know that cashews come from a fruit? Ryan Williams asked this. No, Ryan, I did not know cashews come from a fruit. My favorite food, really hard to put, probably rice and gravy, to tell you the truth. Any kind of meat that you can saute with onions to pour over white rice is probably my favorite food. I'm very partial to beef. I like smoked sausage a lot, and I like boudin a lot, which is like a Cajun delicacy made from rice and meat and sausage casing. So, William Meekin asks, who's your favorite Minecrafter and or YouTuber? This is gonna sound, I don't know, like, as far as YouTuber, I think one of my favorite YouTubers are Slipgator. I've been watching Slip for a while, ever since we've been hanging out, and I really, really love his content. He's all over the place. I like Corrales a lot too, man. Corrales' voice just does something for me. And these are people that I play with all the time, so it's pretty weird. But I do like those two guys a lot. I don't know, I don't want to pick favorites. I like all the Hermit stuff. I've been watching YouTube for a long time, so I don't know. I like Good stuff a lot too, because his stories are just so fantastic. So I don't know, I have all kinds of favorite YouTubers. Mad Sloth asks again, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? I think a horse-sized duck would be terrifying. So would 100 duck-sized horses, really, but they might just be cute. A horse-sized duck would be scary, and I would never want to fight one. Sparta T asks, tells me I have a deep voice. He thought I was German. This isn't really a question. Oh, here's the question. So, if there was some mods out there that should make it into the game, what mods should they be, or just items? I think carpenter blocks are probably the best addition to any building-based map that I've ever played. I mean, honestly, they're the bee's knees. I really, really, really love carpenter blocks just because they give you so much versatility, and it's something that Minecraft needs, some more dimensions, you know, for builders at least. How did you get so good at designing things in Minecraft? Practice makes perfect, Eli. Eli asked me. This is basically what I did. When I first started wanting to get into modern building, I ended up watching some videos. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Corrales, so I watched quite a few Corrales' build. But when I get down to it, I really couldn't do it. So what I ended up doing is downloading a map with some modern builds on it and checking them out and kind of looking their structural capacity. And then I got on the side of one and I tried to build it, just not counting blocks and stuff like that, but just kind of looking at it and building it. And then I started taking pictures of rooms that I found on the internet. Like I would search like modern living room and a real life picture, not a Minecraft picture, and trying to emulate those textures and color patterns in Minecraft. And after you do about 100 of those, man, you start getting pretty good at it. I'm not one to brag, but I think I'm pretty good at it. And basically what I try to do is just emulate stuff that is in real life. And a lot of the times it looks cool. It's a challenge, but with the right texture packs and stuff like that, it's really, really good. And then once you learn a couple texture packs, you can be kind of versatile in any texture pack. So let's see. I hope I pronounced this right. Anitek Basak. Do you play anything other than Minecraft, like GTA or something? I actually love to play a lot of other games, man. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten a chance to play much lately because the Hermitcraft keeps me pretty busy. I like to put out daily episodes for you guys when I can. But my old favorite games, like some of the Nintendo RPGs and stuff, Final Fantasy X is probably my favorite game ever. And I love RPGs and stuff like that. The Mass Effect series are really good. I still want to do Mass Effect 3 as well. I would love to do things like that, and some things like watching The Escapist and stuff like that. I really like it. So whatever the flavor of the week is, but yeah, I love gaming, man. I've been gaming ever since the Atari 2600 was out with Pitfall and Combat and stuff. So yeah. Alexander Morton asks, when did you start YouTube? Like what year and why? Why do you like this particular job? YouTube, I think I started, it was 3 years ago. I forget exactly. It was November of, 10 or 11. I forget. You'd have to look back in my videos. Why do you do this particular job? I love gaming. So anything that I can do related to gaming is very interesting to me. Except maybe working in like a gaming retail store, because there's all sorts of complicated stuff with that. I used to think that would be the dream job, and then when I hear those guys at the game stores talk about, all these programs and reward programs, and they have to offer stuff just like a normal retail consultant, and I think that sucks when you have to do that. I was in sales too long. I don't like I don't like sales anymore, especially being sold to. So when did you Marco Menard asked, how did you get into the ModSauce server? Well, I got into Hermitcraft, so that was something that was in development already, a mod pack, and there was a guy that was supposed to be working on it, and he didn't really work on it, or he couldn't really work on it, and we didn't know what we had going on, so we kind of recruited Teal Lone Wolf, and he started putting it together, and but one thing came to another, and here we are now, we're playing. So Imrich J, if you could have anything you want, what would it be? I would probably say great health. I know that sounds pretty cheesy, but I just want to live a long and healthy life, man. That's about it. What's your favorite real mythical animal? Quentin wants to ask. My favorite animal, the mythical animal, would probably be a dragon, simply because I think they're so cool. Real animal, I would have to say dogs. I really, really like dogs. I've been having dogs all my lives, and they are the ultimate companions. I just love them to death. Let's see. Chris Feckney asks, what town did I grow up in? Ville Platte, Louisiana. Reese Phillips asks, what do you use to edit your videos? And also, what mic do you use? I use a Blue Yeti microphone. And I used to use Logitech headsets before I started doing any real recording. And now I use the Blue Yeti, and I'd like to get a Blue Bird. As far as what do I use to edit my videos, I usually edit my videos in Sony Vegas Movie Studio. Let's see. Reese Phillips asks, I'm sorry, Reese, I just answered your question. Ethan Thomas asks, have you had plans to join Hermitcraft when you started Minecraft? When I first started YouTubing, I had aspirations to join an elite group of YouTubers. That was something I wanted to do. I loved the camaraderie that a lot of those guys had that I watched, and when I first started watching Minecraft videos, I remember watching the Race for Wolves with CoStar and B-Dubs and Good, and I really, really liked that camaraderie that they had. and the way they had stuff going. And they always had people to play games with, and a lot of my friends didn't really play games, so that's one of the reasons that I started the YouTube channel, because I knew if I would do well, I'd find friends and can play Minecraft with people. So and other games, you know, and which I did. We'll get into more of that because there's probably some stuff that I can touch on with other questions, so we'll move right along. Dan Purvis says, who is Bob Ross? Do you play any other non-whitelisted servers? I played Hypermine for a long time. Hypermine is something that I founded, that I kind of passed the torch to. That's the server that Tio Lone Wolf and I and a bunch of my server mates used to play on. You guys can check any of the Hypermine videos. There's a link to everybody's channels in there. There's a ton of other people that I played with, and I made some long-lasting relationships. I also used to play on the Minecraft fan server, and I played on a server called Geomine that Asuma founded, and there was a few others here and there, you know. And Bob Ross is a very, very calm, gentle, loved painter. He's an artist, and he does some programs, and he's known for just the way that he speaks about things when he's painting and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, you'd have to Google him. Just check out YouTube Bob Ross. Just search Bob Ross on YouTube, and you'll see the kind of stuff. Bob Ross Happy Trees is a great one. Eve Love asks, who is Bob Ross? Just answer that. Let's see. Other than Minecraft, what video games do you play? I kind of answered that already. I play all kinds of video games. I just love them. Zueljin, I have a question. When did you first start Minecraft, and how did you find out about it? I answered when, but how is not it. I kind of just started watching YouTube. I used to watch NES speedruns or Nintendo Entertainment speedruns all the time, and Minecraft was very popular, and it would pop up on related videos and stuff like that to gaming. So I started watching some of that, and I really loved it. The first guy I ever watched, name was Quickshot14. Quickshot14 had an LP for Might and Magic 9 that I was watching at the time, and he was playing Minecraft too, so I started getting into Minecraft like that, and then I started watching CoStar, and sadly, Quickshot14 actually went to jail for some stuff with, I think he molested or raped some kids or something like that. I don't know, it's a tragic story, but he's gone now. He's long gone, but anyway, that's how I first got it. That's how I first found Minecraft. Fern Pickett asked, iPhone or Android? I'm sorry, the last question, Lewis Slater said that. This question is from Fern Pickett, iPhone or Android? It depends. I love Androids for personal use as far as repairing them, which is kind of what I do for a living outside of YouTube. I like repairing iPhones more. Soul and Born, what's your favorite song and movie? Favorite movie is probably... Man, that's really, really hard. I don't know. My favorite song is probably... Man, I don't know. I'll come back to these because I'm not really sure what my favorite song and movie are now that I think about it. I'll be thinking about it, though, as I answer the questions. Mexican food or Chinese food? Man, that's tough. Mexican food all around, because there's not as much in Chinese that I like, but I think fried rice is the best thing that ever happened, so it's almost a tie. It depends what I want. Hazy, what's your favorite TV show and movie? Okay, the Badger King asked me what my favorite movie is and what my favorite TV show. I guess on the movie TV show thing, I can probably just guess. The superhero movies are always good, so I like stuff like that. I think my favorite TV show was the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. That was really, really good. I like that 70s show too. That was pretty good. Also, what is my favorite song? I guess I can get back to this. My favorite song is probably... Man, it's probably Simple Man. I would have to say it's probably Simple Man. Yeah. Okay, we'll go on from there. What does my wife think about Carol? Someone Born wants to know. My wife knows that it's all fun and games, and anything that I do that's related to any female commentary, for my YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes only. I am 100% solely in love with my wife. Okay, Bob1234567899345 is the username. Wow, man. When will you start to advertise your Patreon? I kind of did already. Please set up and tell everyone about it. We love you, no homo. Please read in the Q&A. So I did. I'm kind of doing it for the modded series, and I have them in all my. I have the link in all my videos. As soon as I start getting some of the payments in for the initial upfront round, I think what we'll start to do is probably do some group events, like some group calls and stuff. I think that would be great. Some Google Hangouts. If I want to learn how to do it, but I really like stuff like that, and I really like meeting you guys and stuff. So I definitely am going to start doing that. So if you're not sure about the Patreon, Bob, just check out my mod sauce videos, and every other video or so I do some statues for everybody in Patreon. So if you've already subscribed to that, or if you've become a Patreon already, send me a message through Patreon and let me know, and I'll gladly add you to the Hall of Heroes. Like I said, for more information, just check out my Patreon account, or you can check out my mod sauce videos and you'll see them. Let's see. I'm subbed to Mumbo, but I have been subscribed from 4,000 subs. Swag Daddy Cody Delirious, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Let's see. Alex Jones said, did you say that you held a person at gunpoint? Okay, this is a little long, so I'm gonna summarize it, but I might tell the whole story on another video. Basically, there was a guy that tried to run that broke into my house. He didn't really break into my house. It was a case of mistaken identity or location or whatever. Basically, this guy was really messed up. I don't know if he was out on alcohol or drugs, and I used to live in an apartment complex, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard somebody shushing my dogs. Like I had dogs in the kennel, in like a pet carrier, a large pet carrier downstairs in my loft apartment, and I heard somebody shushing my dogs, like they were barking like crazy, and I heard somebody doing shh, shh, quiet. So naturally I freaked out. Because I'm from the South, most of us carry guns for personal protection, and I had a gun. So I whipped my pistol out and made my way down my stairs, and I saw a guy in my living room, and he was laying down face first on my living room floor. He didn't have any shoes on. He had his socks and his jeans were wet from about the knee down, and he was face down on my floor. So I asked him who the hell he was, and he told me his name was Matt, which was pretty crazy. Like I didn't know if he was gonna. I didn't expect him to just tell me his name. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't know what he was there for. Naturally, I was panicked. I was very, very scared. And I pointed the gun at him, and I told him, well, if I don't know what the hell you doing here, but I'm calling the police, and if you move, I'll blow your head off. So I was trying to intimidate him. Like I really didn't want to shoot the guy. I was just scared, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I didn't want him to hurt me. So ended up calling the police, and it took him about 15 minutes, but the guy was clearly messed up, and it turned out to be a mistake of, he ended up losing the apartment that he was staying at. He was staying with some friends in my apartment complex, and I had went outside and I'd forgot to lock the door that night, so he kind of just wandered in my apartment, and he was out of his, he was messed up out of his mind, so he ended up just wandering in my apartment, and anyway, it was weird, but I didn't kill the guy, and I didn't even hurt him, but he did some crazy stuff. Like when the cops got there, he tried to jump off the balcony, and I don't know, it's crazy. Like I said, I can go into much further detail in another episode, but yeah. Anyway, let's see. Leon Comrade. Where does your username come from? The symbol? No. Also, do you have any real-life background in interior design? I have no background in interior design. None at all. I've always kept a messy room when I was a kid, and I don't really keep up with it in real life, but that's pretty much, I have no background. I'm just very imaginative. I like building stuff, so it kind of helps. I've always played with building blocks and stuff like that. As far as my name, Zueljin was a name that I used for an old barbarian character in Diablo, and I kind of carried around since then. I had like 2 keepsake names throughout my childhood, throughout growing up, my gaming career. One was Bernay, and one was Zueljin, and Zueljin was that barbarian character. Burnae was spelled Burnae, and it was an old Dungeons and Dragons character, a magician that I played. So when I played Ultima Online, that was my character's names, and when I started getting into fighter characters in different games and stuff like that, I didn't have an option. I used Zueljin, and Zueljin was like a play on words. If you ever watched Ghostbusters, the movie in the 1980s and stuff, Zuul was like the big bad boss guy, Zuul, I believe. He was like this big demon or whatever. And and I'm Cajun because I'm from South Louisiana, so I thought Zuul the Cajun. Then I was like, oh, Zueljin, and that sounded good, so I kind of kept it. Ironically, it sounds like the place in World of Warcraft, but it had no bearings. But when I did search Burnae, too many people pronounced it as Bernie, so I didn't want to use that. And also it was taken except without a string of numbers, and I didn't want numbers in my username for YouTube. So when I saw Zueljin was available and the only relation to it was the World of Warcraft thing, I was like, well, I could live with that. So here we go. Now Zueljin is me. Who is the current president of US? RJ Blazer asked. That's Barack Obama, unfortunately. CRT Jester, what made you think of doing YouTube? Like I said, I kind of wanted some friends to play with, and I wanted to meet people in the gaming community, and kind of do that. And now I've got all of that came true, so it worked, I guess. Yamafira Chosen One says, what is airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Question, what block would you add to Minecraft if you could? I think I already answered that, a carpenter block, something that I could shape that to be a slope. Also, if it couldn't be a carpenter block, I would probably say a glass slab or a vertical slab would probably be also it. Also, I want a solid black block that I can do builds with, because there's no true blacks in the game except for coal, and blocks of coal are too textured. Same thing as white. It looks gritty when you're using the quartz, and snow is too liney, so all of that. I'd say a solid black or a solid white, maybe even a glass half slab or a vertical slab would probably be. Carpenter blocks would fix it all, I think. I'd be alright with that. Let's see. What is the best prank you've ever pulled or been a part of? I'd almost say my best prank I ever pulled was the one that I did at the start of Hermitcraft. That was really, really fun, hanging out with Mumbo and False and Asuma. So that's definitely the most fun I've ever had. I pranked my buddy Armitage with false symmetry already as well, making a rainbow, and that was really fun. I did a fun edit with it and did some Mission Impossible music because he was always on the server and it was so hard to catch him off guard. So that was probably one of my favorites too. Let's see, if you could give your 18-year-old self one advice, what would it be? Don't smoke cigarettes. That would be my advice, Mad Sloth. Never start smoking cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I used to, and I did for a long time, and it was very hard to quit, and it's very, very bad for you, and I wish I would have never done it. Let's see. Kind of getting close to the end here, guys. This is going to have to be a 2 or 3 parter, easy. Do you think a YouTuber collaboration, Hermitcraft, is a key part to growing on YouTube? Tomanav Gaming wants to know that. Yes, I do. I think community itself is one of the secrets to doing well on YouTube, because having a support group and being part of a support group of any type is probably one of the best things that give you experience in YouTube. If you did it all by yourself, you would probably enjoy growth if you did well, but it's very hard to do that. And also, it's so much more fun with other people, y'all. Like I said, I've forged some lifelong friendships from the YouTube thing, and that was probably my greatest success. If everything left right now, I would still have those relationships. If YouTube shut down, I would still have those relationships, and I would still have those friends that I made. So that was all worth it, you know. As part of growing, it's also worth it because I would have never gotten the chance to play with some of the legends that I play with now if I would have ever got out and networked and made friends and made an attempt to network. So there you go. And I think that's going to be it for this episode, you guys. There's a bunch of other questions. I'm gonna keep this going for a few different segments, and I'll label it Q&A. So for those of you who are interested, you'll be able to see, and we'll keep going. So that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time. Bye.